Today I'm going to do my take on a pattern that I've actually played with in the past, so I kind of know what I'm getting myself into, but let's see how it goes. Hello and welcome, this is Kevin, also known as AKAAWOL, and today we are definitely doing something different. And you can see that because we're starting off with a very different start. So let's go to the pattern and I'll show you why. This particular pattern, I think, just comes in better from a teardrop type shape. So let's just grab this, bring it over, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So copy, paste, rotate 90 degrees. And then we need to enlarge it because that's super tiny. So this pattern is kind of neat. I've done so many different variations on this. Yeah, that looks good. So as you can see, what I'm talking about is if we wiped out essentially this part up here, we end up with a nice, cool, clean kind of a start. Right? So, actually we could have done that with a pencil, probably better. Right? Something like that. The thing is the number of like how many diamonds this has versus how big our bracelet is. And that's where we get to be creative. Now, this is 6 colors, and I'm pretty sure they said 6 over here. Yeah. Typically, whenever I've done this, I've done it with a rainbow, and that's going to be no different today. I'm going to do a rainbow because it's just easier to map things with a rainbow. Okay, so essentially we're coming in like this and we're going to the diamond. And we can do any number of this to meet our goals. So essentially, if we wanted, we could extend this all the way down here to the center line. Well, maybe just before the center line because it extends out a little bit past that. And then this would be just 2, right? This, basically we're going to do this in hot and cold colors, right? Yeah. So the question is, where is it if we go, whoops, too far out. How is that? That looks pretty close. Let's add our oranges and the yellows, and I'll show you what I'm talking about for hot colors. This little pop through thing, that doesn't happen. I don't know why they do that with the image. Drives me crazy. That's why I like my graph paper. I feel more accurately shows what a bracelet will look like. So that's where the oranges go. Next is yellow. Wow, that's certainly bright. Sure, why not? Now see, this extended part is what makes it a little bit hard to count out how many of these diamonds to put in there. This one. Let's see what happens if we add our green now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 diamonds. And we only get 3 when we hit the, whoops, when we hit the center part here. So like I was saying, you could have extended this red continuing on all the way down for the extra how many ever rows and done this in 2. I was going to try to divide this into 4, but that doesn't seem mathematically right. Because this is 3, 1, 2, this is 4. That'd come down further. It actually doesn't even want to lend itself into going into thirds. All right, let's try. Wiping out some of this. Now, if there's a cool mathematical way of doing this, I don't know what that is. I was not good at algebra, so if you have tips or something, leave me in the comments. I would love to hear alternative ways of doing this. But yeah, I'm kind of used to this sort of hit and miss method. So here we have it with 3. Let's see what that does. We need to wipe out all this. Actually, we'll grab 1 so that way we have it, the paint on the thing. But as you can see, like this kind of graph paper makes it real easy to kind of go through and try various versions. So there's 3. The next color would be blue. And see, just like that, we've somehow managed to find a sense of balance. Purple. Not quite so pinkish. There we go. So that takes us right to the halfway point. Whoops. Painting outside of the lines again. Not what I want to do. Okay. Will that... So we did kind of, when I made this go upwards, I did kind of extend it a little bit. So this might actually be how this would work out. So obviously I haven't put in all of these yet. I know this works from experience. Whoa. Basically, I've just done it a bunch of times, so I just kind of know in my head how this pattern works. So I'm sorry, like this is not exactly me demonstrating for the easiest whatever, but yeah. So the colors go red. Oh, this orange should have gone out here. It goes red, orange, yellow. And right, and then I'm pretty sure it's the green. Yeah, because then it's the purple in the middle. Yes. So yeah, we can totally put all this stuff in here. But I do know for a fact that this fits exactly how I have it laid out. So yeah, the green connects like that. And then the purple is in the middle down in here, bounces off the orange, and ends up being the dot in the center of each of these. And keeps doing that all the way down. Like that. And the yellow is going to end up in the center of the greens. So there is a touch of the cold running through the hot colors, and there's a touch of hot running through the cold colors. And that's how that works. You can stretch and do this to your heart's content. Honestly, I think I'll probably just do it like this, I guess. Let's see how close to the end it gets if we continue down this way with a 3. And this is one of those patterns where I can't just come to the halfway point and copy and paste it away. Well, I could make it go off in both directions, but this is one of those patterns where it just kind of extends down. The only real reason I think for trying to map this out is if you're trying to come up with the same number, like 4 or 3 times of it going through. If you do it 3 times, right, if it only has 3 of these like this, like what we almost have set up, obviously you're going to use one set of the colors more than the other set of colors. It just is what it is. And in this, the orange will get used more than the red, just a few more knots involved, but it's not terrible. It doesn't use it evenly, but it's not quite so crazy. And there's, like I said, you can extend these to any number you want, depending on what kind of an effect you're trying to do. I've done it where, I've done bags where just half of the bag was the hot colors and the other half of the bag was the cold colors. So the blue will come down. Yeah, see, it's going to be a few rows shorter than I would have wanted. 2. I guess 2 is not bad, honestly. And I'm probably, to make that teardrop start, I'm probably at least a row higher than my normal start. So it's like 1 row off. That's kind of a small price to end up with your pattern the way you wanted it. I said, like, split in 4. Again, I could change this up and have split it into where it just repeats itself twice. But there we have it. I'm going to go ahead and fill this in for you guys, so that way if you're interested in making this for yourself, it'll be available over on my website, AKAAWOL.com. Leave me a like and a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you appreciate the fact that this went a little bit faster because I'm not filling in everything. And yeah, as always, don't get your strings in a bunch. You're still here? Really? Cool. Well, let me let you know that over on my webpage, I went and made a completely second version like I had been talking about, and the pattern is available for you to try out for yourself. So go over to my website, AKAAWOL.com, look in the tutorials for the My Take on 23432, and take your choice on whichever the pattern you want to play with. All right? Later. Oh, and don't get your strings in a bunch.